Are we live? Oh, we might be live. What's up, everybody? Happy freaking Friday, chat. To all those who celebrate. I've been using that joke a lot. I think I commented on how much I was using that joke just yesterday. But that's okay. What's going on? How's everybody doing today? Hopefully having a wonderful end of your week and a wonderful Friday. Let's go warm up first. So we've got our warm up sheet. And as I've been, so off stream, because I figured this would be incredibly boring for anyone. And this, actually, let me see real quick, because the goal is not Mozart 3 today. Let's go for 2 hours practice time. And let's update. Actually, where's live split? Right here. We will say doink. And now we've got our goal. Okay, cool. But I figure my very first bits of practice and warming up is not super, because I'm doing free buzzing and mouthpiece work and stuff, a bit of the Caruso method. I just discovered Julie Landsman on YouTube. I know who Julie fucking Landsman is, but I didn't realize she had a YouTube series out detailing like the whole Caruso method stuff, so I've been doing a little bit of that. Anyways, we're warming up. Let's get the tuner. Gross. Very, very gross. It's always so satisfying when water gets trapped in second valve, because there's no like turns or curves to it. geez. This actually might need a little bit of slide grease. Just real quick while we're here. Little stuck. Not even stuck, just could use a little bit of loosening. Not even loosening. What am I trying to say, Chad? A little coaxing into proper movement, perhaps. Brief lubrication. As we all do on a Friday, like, come on. This is not anything that we're not all intimately familiar with. Am I right? Much better. Excellent. Clean it up a bit. Cool. Oh yeah. Warming up. Cool. All right, page 2. Second. Little more warm than not warm. Just a souffle of Earl. First valve, a little slow. First valve, excuse me, a little slow. Yeesh. And what I will say is that my little lip injury that I sustained last week appears to be all gone. So I might sprinkle in some more flexibility, low range stuff today, since I think we can get back to it. So that's going to be fun. something like. It's not super secure or anything. It's just like me for real. But it's getting there. That's good. Warm up third. Cool. Warm up. Legato scales. We have been doing majors and minors on the B flat side exclusively. Let's see, yesterday I think we did natural minors. So let's do harmonic minors perhaps on B flat side exclusively. Harmonic minors on the B flat side. Here we go. D flat harmonic minor then has F flat and C naturals. No C flat. B double flat, no C flat. Weird. D, C sharps, and B flats, and F naturals. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Low D there was kind of there for a minute. E flat then has G flats. Yes, yes. D naturals, C flats. E natural has G naturals, D sharps, C naturals. Excuse me. That's an excerpt. That's what, Mahler? Mahler 3? We're going to get into that one later on today. But there's an excerpt there. I think it's on a low E or low E flat or something where it goes. It's like a really good low horn excerpt that we're going to look into later. What did we just do? E? So let's do F. F sharp then has A naturals. F sharp has A natural, D natural, E sharp. Wait, but I didn't go down. Okay, F sharp. I skipped a note in there. Yeah, I skipped the F nat or E sharp, I think. G then has B flats, E flats, F nat, F sharps. Cool. A flat, G natural, F flat, C flat. A, then G sharp, F natural. Oh yeah, and C natural. A's are easy. B flat. Yo, what's going on, you guys? Johnny and Daniel Bosselbulan, how are y'all doing today? Happy Friday, friends. Oh, geez. What the hell? This is spam. This is not something that I... Nope. Report junk. Sorry. Okay. Cool. What do we do? B flat has F flat, G flat, A natural. F flat. Did I say F flat? D flat. Can I play some ska punk? Maybe eventually. That's not. I don't really have anything prepared in such a genre right now, unfortunately. More of classical kind of stuff. Mozart and Beethoven and Strauss and things of that nature. Practicing trumpet jingle bells, but jazz. Ooh, that sounds pretty jazzy with it. That's a lot of fun, man. B flat. B natural then has F natural, right? No, D natural. D natural, A sharp, and G natural. weird scale. Alright, then we go back to C. C is easy. But this time we go up higher. Cool. All right. Very, very, very cool. So there's our scale studies for today. Let's do 26 minutes. Ooh, you know what I want to do? Let's do some natural horn study. I feel like I've been neglecting my natural horn study. Flutter tonguing is an interesting practice technique for making sure that I think the purpose is to make sure that you're moving your air consistently. So like when those slurs down low on the natural horn there are difficult and I'm sort of like popping in and out on them, then I think flutter tonguing to make sure that the air flows through those slurs is maybe beneficial. Am I going to upload French horn covers on YouTube in the future? Probably. I would imagine so. I want to make sure that, obviously I can perform them well, but also that my recording quality is good. I think right now, I don't know if my space is not set up super well, or maybe it's the mic settings or something, but the recording ambiance environment is not exactly what I would want for anything like that. But absolutely, that would be a lot of fun, and I think especially as I can record like multiple parts and do like, for example, a 4-part harmony cover of something, that would be a lot of fun, and I would like to do that eventually. Not while I'm this bad, but yeah. Yo, Crescent Yin Yang. Welcome in, friend. I have been playing French horn. So I played from 6th grade up until freshman year, through my freshman year of college. That was about 2011 when I stopped. And then most recently, 29 days. So about 7, 8 years, 15 years ago, plus roughly 29 days. So yeah, it's a work in progress, that's for sure. I forget how that goes. Yo, you're in school for horn. Watching someone that's committed to practicing makes me feel bad about myself. Dude, never, never, never feel bad about yourself. Come on now, that's not what we're trying to do here. This is all about just encouragement, motivation, accountability for one. Because I have tried to pick the horn back up over the last 15 years, and I've never stuck with it because I just get distracted and stop playing. So this way, I'm putting myself on the internet to hold myself accountable, and I've kept it up for 29 days. So like, hopefully, that's more of what this is: just accountability, motivation, and like share music. If you're fucking playing horn, dude, that's awesome. If there's always more practice you can be doing, well, there's always more practice you can be doing. But did you practice at all? Did you improve yourself? Are you better today than you were yesterday? That's all that matters, man. And did you have fun playing? Did you have fun making music? Because I tell you what, I'm having fun making music. I sure hope you are too. Let's see. Natural horn feels okay for now. Let's jump into Freudis's Lippentriller. Did we have a tempo for that? Ba-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Maybe 88. 88-ish for Lippentriller. Do I know Slovakia? Oh, you're from Slovakia. That's pretty awesome, dude. I know of Slovakia. I've never been there myself, but I believe because my girlfriend and I just watched the Great British Baking Show, and I believe one of the contestants on there, if you're familiar, it was series 12, Nelly. I believe she was originally from Slovakia, and she made it pretty far. She was one of my favorites. I was quite sad when she spoilers for series 12 of Great British Baking Show, but she unfortunately did not win. She was eliminated at some point, but she was one of my favorites on there. And she would, she's such a playful and jokester kind of a soul, and I loved that about her. But she would always try and incorporate like Slovakian, her traditional baked goods and flavor profiles and stuff into her baking. Um, and I thought that was really, really interesting because I don't know much of Slovakia, to be honest. It's not something that I think uh, I just honestly hear a lot about. But um, other than Miss Nelly from the Great British Baking Show, and that was pretty cool. Whew. Man, my chops are this is hell on your corners. Let me tell you. Oh shit, you're Korean Slovakian? That's so cool. What a cosmopolitan international community we have forming here. That's really fucking cool, dude. Not to be stereotypical or anything. I would hate to be, but I one of my younger siblings taught me their recipe for kimchi a couple years back. And I should make some more kimchi. I haven't in a long time. Hmm. You are inspiring me, Jenny friend. Whatever. Whatever. That's enough. We had some on the upper partials. We had some really good lip and triller stuff going on. Um, Lower partials are a work in progress, but Freudis says 5 minutes of trills every day and we'll get better. And that's bearing out even over the last like 2 days that we've done 5 minutes of lip trills. So that's pretty sweet. Um, we'll keep doing more of those as we get better, and I can feel my corners here is why I'm sort of taking a rest. Because ow, jeez, cool. Let's see. Ooh, I know what I want to do. I like this fun little flexibility exercise. Not the low one, probably, but the more flexies is a really good one. We should probably do a click for this. Maybe a little slower on the click. Just because these intervals are not automatic. Oh my God. Gross. Why do you put your right hand in the horn? That's an excellent question. The right hand is there for a number of reasons, actually. For one, is stability. It helps sort of anchor it, especially if you're playing not sitting down. So if you're, for example, performing a solo piece or something, you know, in any situation where you're just not sitting, which happens fairly often, you need to be able to have support, and it's because you're not doing this just on you're not holding it just with one hand, so it's important to have it. You know, however, so it's important for that stability and anchoring for one thing. And then you also can create a number of different tone colors. You can change the timbre, as it's called, by putting more hand in the bell. You know, you can have a difference in being open and free and brassy potentially to the mic doesn't even pick it up, but it's a much warmer, darker sort of a sound. So it changes the timbre, it changes the intonation. Because if I cover it up a little bit, that'll flatten the tone. So if I hear that I'm a little bit sharp when playing with someone or on the something, but not enough to where I need to mess with a slide or something, I can just like rip. Or if I'm a little flat, I can go and it'll open it up, sharpen the note a little bit. And then also, another layer on top of that is you also have what's called stopped horn, which is where you take the horn position here and you completely shut it out and create a seal around the opening here. So it sounds something like, so a normal tone, for example, and it's kind of a muting. And so it has a whole, there's a whole section on this method book that I got, actually, either this one or the other one, that's purely right hand technique. So it's a very interesting and sort of other bit of an advanced kind of a thing, where people don't necessarily think, oh well, the right hand technique, the one that just shoves in the bell and just sits there, whatever. But actually, it is quite nuanced. Yo, Duckmaster, sorry I didn't see you. I do not know Weezer, unfortunately, off the top of my head. But we are about to start Maxime-Alphonse, if that appeals to you. A little etude work. Just gonna get this a little smaller. Got to learn that for my new music, dude. What kind of music do you make? Do you do Weezer-esque music? Tell me. I'm very interested. All right. Let's get the mic maybe situated a little differently. Maxime-Alphonse. So these are etudes that I have never really played. So we're just gonna start with number 1 here. Go to 104 on the click and see what we can do. Because I've been focusing a little bit much on cling. I haven't been doing my Koprush like I should, and definitely I've never done Maxime-Alphonse, so this will be good for us. And in the top corner here, they've got instructions for most of these. All studies, best attention will be given to accents as well as to dynamics. So we gotta make sure that we accent where appropriate, and take advantage of the dynamics, because there's fortes and there's pianos. Let's do it. All right. Sorry, I lost my place there. Dang. Every time I play my horn, it ends up sounding muffled. You play horn, Duckmaster. Get in here. Let's talk shop. It sounds muffled. So let's talk about that. Why is that? What are you doing? Because horn should never sound muffled. You should not. There shouldn't be any sort of covering really for the horn. And let me get this out of the way real quick, just so we can demonstrate. I don't know if it's an instrument sort of an issue or something, but when I'm playing horn here, just so you can see my horn, my hand position, most of the time you can actually kind of see it in the bell about where I rest my hand. Right here, you can see where the lacquer is like wearing off right here. So it's outside of the bell and sort of far out. So about there is where I rest my hand. and it's just on this knuckle, right? So it's boom, and it's fairly out, so that it's a weird angle here. But so there's really no obstruction. It's just for a little bit warmer sound and quick response should I need to be able to. It's a good anchor point, you know? Oh, the instrument is at fault. That really sucks, dude. I know how that goes. Believe me, I was playing on an old Yamaha in when I was in school up until like I don't know ninth, 10th grade, and then my band director that came in at that point, um, I was so fortunate that she also was a horn player, and she gave me lessons for a few years as well, and I ended up buying her horn off of her. This is what I played in high school, and then bought it. My parents bought it as a graduation present off of her, and I played it through my first year of college, and yeah, it's a beautiful instrument. Um, but my commiserations truly for having to play on a bad instrument. That really fucking blows. Hopefully, it's something that can be repaired maybe by your school. Um, because yeah, that's not fun to play on. Can I play all notes with horn? Yeah, so pretty much. I've got the 3 buttons here. I'm gonna pause real quick just because I do want to be able to practice more. I've actually got 4 buttons because there's also a thumb trigger here, um, which is a whole other thing. But yeah, so with all of these buttons and the changes in my mouth, I can basically play any note that's in the range. So for example, so with just the buttons and it's all mouth and air manipulation. Um, yeah, you're able to play everything with just it's the same sort of principle with any brass instrument really. So like trumpet, tuba, euphonium, French horn, trombone to the same extent, but just with slides instead of a button. So it's it's all based um, on mouth manipulation. How did I do that high? I know I've been playing a little bit. I know how to play some stuff. I've always been a better high horn player than low. The high stuff for me comes a bit more naturally. Like I don't know if you're familiar with Adagio and Allegro. Why do I have this click still going? The Adagio and Allegro by Schumann, where it slurs up to the C, so it's like um, something like that. So like the high stuff, even thinking of Mozart. That was Beethoven, actually, the trio. Up to a B flat. So like the high stuff has always been fine for me. I've that's more natural. It comes more naturally, more intuitively. But the low shit, dude, like I would love to be able to play, you know, like Ein Heldenleben, you know? It's such a fun, all of the low horn stuff that mixes and blends well with high. Ein Heldenleben being one, Till Eulenspiegel as another one. That's a fun excerpt. You know what? I actually kind of want to play that right now. Screw Maxime-Alphonse. We're playing Till Eulenspiegel because every horn player should have a good till. Every time I play high, it's kind of like it only reaches 1 point and I can't go higher. I would recommend at that point if you're like hard stuck, I would say first off, don't try and force it. One of the worst things you can try and do is like try and reach and climb, and have that sort of feeling, because then you tense up, you get so rigid, and then you have a tendency to use a lot of pressure as well. You really want to make sure that when you're going up high, it's you have to actively, until you get the muscle memory into it, and even then you still like have to remind yourself pressure is bad. It's not pressure, it's air. You can think of it in one of two ways: air speed, where it's really, really cool, fast air through a small aperture. Or you can also think about high pressure. So, like inside your mouth, if you think about where your tongue is, your intraoral cavity, so inside your mouth as you're playing, right? So make a face as if you're playing, and think about the space in your mouth. Where is your soft palate? Where is your tongue? Where is your jaw? And so when you think about high, what I tend to do, I do two things. Is I will the middle back of my tongue, it wee, it's like it's almost as if I'm making a wee, sort of a sound, to make it a little tinny, a little bit yee, wee, and it's just arching the mid back of my tongue there. And then what I find is, without putting pressure on my top lip here, on my bottom, I feel like I'm pinching my corners, these two corners here. So, and it's sort of a pinch, and so that's kind of how I do it. That for me, thinking about those things helps me put my air correctly. Like it's not about muscling it at that point, or just those things allow my air. Those are what cause me to allow my to that is what allows me to manipulate my air in a way that allows high playing to be possible. By the other side of the token, if you really want to think low and be able to produce low sounds, I'm absent the embouchure stuff because I'm still learning that, but think about, as you're inside your mouth, it's slow air, it's warm air, it's low pressure inside your mouth. So your tongue needs to be down, your jaw is down, you're making an oh, oh, with low corners, oh, firm bottom lip and your chin flat. Oh, is how you get a warm, rich, dark sound. So that's kind of, as you play horn in the different registers, you just need to be aware of what is the natural inclination of the timbre of this register, right? What is the piece supposed to sound like? If it's supposed to be a soft and delicate up high range piece, or if it's supposed to be like brassy and nasty and tinny up there, or Shostakovich 5 down bottom if they want you to play it really crass and disgusting. It's all about that manipulation of your air and your mouth cavity, to get those. Anyway, sorry. But for training high, it's more, you want to think about the air stuff. You never want to focus on like muscling it, from my understanding. I last took music classes literally 15 years ago. Give me take it for what it's worth. But pressure bad, muscle, to an extent, because you have to coordinate here. But really, you want to have good air support, and it starts with support. Make sure you're taking a good deep breath. Expand your back. You want your back to expand. Don't worry about your stomach as much, but think about filling up your back, and then using that as your reservoir. You want to get that air moving fast. Think of a hose. If you ever had a hose and just turned it on and it just goes, that's your low air. It's very thick. It moves, very slowly. Whereas if you start to cover up the nozzle of the hose and it starts shooting out like a jet, that's your high range air. Okay, so that's the difference in speed that you want to see between low, just a hose flowing, and high, where it's coming out like a fucking laser. just as another mental analogy, just to help get that picture and hopefully um, figure out what works with your body. Because that's the other thing about learning music and things like this is no one can tell you exactly what it is, feels like, should be on your body. You have to figure that out for yourself because you're the only person with your body. We can give platitudes and analogies and things to try and help you find that for yourself, but ultimately you kind of have to just experiment and figure out what's good with your body. Sounds very difficult. Absolutely. Music at a any sort of high level, music at all, it can be as difficult as you want to make it. Or it can be as simple as sitting down and playing some notes and making music. But if you want to move on to the next level and advance, you do need a little bit of that this in-depth more knowledge. Anyways, shoot, what was I talking about that I was gonna try and play? There was an excerpt. Till Eulenspiegel. That's right. Thank you, myself, for remembering. I'm just playing. I know I have the excerpt somewhere. I just don't want to find it. Okay, so till and because I just know really the first horn excerpt. We might move on. I think there's a good third horn excerpt too. That's the wrong. That's the wrong one. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. What the hell? It's not finding the whatever. Till Eulenspiegel. Do I have any tips for new band members? Oh goodness. Enjoy it. Have fun with it. It depends on how new and what your goal is. If you want to really improve, you're gonna have to practice, and that's the kind of thing. Like if you're, it took me a long time to realize this when I was in the band program growing up myself, was that band class is not enough. If you want to progress and if you want to get better, I'm talking like all county, all state honor bands. If you potentially want to major in it in college, anything like that, you have to practice outside of band class. Um, and if that is the route you want to go down as well, I would suggest sooner rather than later maybe finding a private teacher to give you one-on-one specialized in your instrument sort of instruction and guidance. It can really help you a lot down the road. Because like for me, I have embouchure problems. I know this. If I had had a French horn teacher in sixth grade when I started, maybe I wouldn't have such embouchure problems today. And it's a lot easier to get those things early when you're starting out than it is, 20 years after I started playing for the first time, 22 years after I started playing for the first time, you know what I mean? So, but if that's not even something you're thinking about, if you just want to make music, pay attention in class, don't goof off, don't chew gum, don't eat right before playing your instrument. You might even consider bringing a toothbrush if it's like after lunch or in the afternoon and you have had lunch brushing your teeth before playing. It's going to help your instrument a lot. Maintaining your instrument. I know you said you had a school horn that's kind of in bad repair. But if you ever have one that's in better repair or, just general maintenance, valve oil, making sure that you have good light rotor oil for the inside and then linkage oil for the outside, or whatever for whatever instrument you play. Slide grease is a must. Snake the damn thing. You want to have spitballs. You want to, for woodwinds, just make sure you have all your supplies and your instrument in good repair. Always have a pencil. If the director mentions anything, write it down because you're not going to remember. You're never going to remember during the performance to do this thing that they mentioned that one time. Always have a pencil. You know, things like that. And if you're just seeing if it's something that you enjoy, you know, have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. Especially if you're just, you know, new in band, just have fun because it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I think that's about it for as far as like general things. If you have anything specific, um, I can certainly speak more on something specific. But I would say there's a lot there for someone new in band slash music. Um, and I would also say welcome. I would say, you know, welcome to the community of musicians because if you are in band, no matter your level, you are a musician and we are happy to have you. All right, let's take a look at not Maxime-Alphonse. Why can I not get my dang this? Yes, now, here we go. All right, we've got Till on the screen. Let's get it cropped a bit. Yoink, 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 yoink. Till Eulenspiegel. Yo, what's up, 9321? How you doing, friend? Good to see you. Hope you're having a wonderful... Dude, it's Friday! Are you so excited? I am so excited, for it is Friday. All right. That's not right. All right, so let's think about this. Dotted quarter equals 8 and 4/8. That's some weird markings there. It's supposed to be gemächlich, obviously, you know, for all my Germans in chat. It says gemächlich on the page, so I don't know why I'm not doing that. Has nothing to do with not knowing the meaning. Bum 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 to bum 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 bum. I think I want to do the descending arpeggio. Work that out a little bit. Because it's a little inconsistent. I don't know. Blah blah blah. That's not this. That was geez, Don Quixote. Another Strauss, but that's a low horn Strauss that I'm so bad at. But it's so much fun to play. I love that one. All right. Some low stuff in there for the record to sort of reset my embouchure, get it thinking loose and relaxed. Because playing up high, especially, it's like it's tight, it's tense, and it's playing a certain sort of way. Playing low is sort of the opposite sort of way. So trying to make sure that throughout my playing, no matter what I'm playing, I'm staying connected to thinking high, thinking low, being relaxed and flexible. Yeah. And especially for the low stuff, one thing, Jenny, that I saw a number of master classes yesterday on YouTube, led by Sarah Willis from the Berlin for I'm gonna try and speak again. My words aren't working. I saw a number of master classes on YouTube led by Sarah Willis of the Berlin Philharmonic. Absolutely monstrous on the low register. And one thing that kept coming up in her master classes was feedback for as you play lower on the horn, you want to basically just open up the hand and let the low stuff really come out and be unimpeded by the right hand. So knowing your right hand technique in different registers for up high, you might want to close it off a little bit, round out the sound, but down low, you really open it up and let it fly, right? So it's more just another layer on top of, everything else that you got to think about. But yeah, right hand stuff is really interesting on horn. Hey, that kind of sounded all right there, chat. I don't know, maybe these old lips of mine are starting to find their sea legs. I think the analogy may have fallen apart. But anyways, that was good. Let's do that again. Nope. Not as good that time. Doesn't my mouth dry out? Not really. No, you might be surprised. Under normal conditions, I think I've never had an issue with overly dry mouth, and plus that's why you keep a little hydration on hand, which actually now I am out of. But yeah, it's because you're spitting. All the quote unquote water that collects in the horn that I constantly am emptying out. While some of it may be condensation, I would say the lion's share of it is my spit. So hence spit valve, right? But yeah, it's pretty gross, and it is a lot of expulsion. That's it. It is a lot of expulsion of liquid from your mouth. But I don't find dryness to be something that I deal with all that often. No. Maybe I'm built different. Which, for the record, is not true. Okay. Let me work out the. I want to do the. I might do that all on trigger. Now that I think about it. That's okay. That's all right. Let's instead go back to, what did I find? Mahler 3? Mahler 3? Is it Mahler 3? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, this is it. Mahler 3. Is French horn easy for beginners? Honestly, I tend to say no. Um, only because, well, not only because, but one of the primary reasons why I say no is when I was in school learning, I was in my band program. There were two instruments, three instruments really that you didn't start new people on, and that was French horn, bassoon, and oboe. Bassoon and oboe being double reeds, so they're trickier than your normal clarinet or saxophone sort of a thing. And French horn because it is much more. It's on its base level is probably like intermediate, whereas a trumpet, for example, might be a true beginner. It's not easy. It's doable, but there's a lot that can go wrong, and there's a lot that it's not very easy, I would say. Um, but you absolutely can do it if you're interested in playing yourself. Just know it's not going to be like I you're not going to pick up and be where I am after 28, 29 days, because I have almost a decade of playing experience previously. Granted, that was 15 years ago, but that still kind of carries over. It's pretty rough picking it up, as is any instrument, right? Any instrument when you pick it up, if you're new to it, is going to be, a little rough. But because, and especially like the mouthpiece is the smallest brass mouthpiece, and you're going all the way up and all the way down, and there's a lot. It's just it's not an easy beginner instrument is all. That's all I'm trying to say. Not trying to discourage you. Certainly, if you want to pick it up, I would say full speed ahead. And I hope you I wish you the best of luck. And if I can help, by all means, use me as a resource. But it's not a very beginner friendly instrument, I would say. If you don't have prior experience on, say, trumpet or euphonium or some other brass something, yeah, probably, maybe, I don't know. Oh yeah, I want to pick up this excerpt now because this is Mahler 3, and it's a good bit of low stuff, but also high. So let's do second horn sounds good. So now I need to figure out these notes because this is bass clef for one, and I'm sight reading. So it's E's. What is that note? So that's E, D, C, B, G, A, F. So it is an F sharp. It is the F sharp. Whew. That doesn't even come up on the mic can't even pick that shit up. Holy cow. Yo, what's going on, Ritu's World? Good to see ya. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday to ya. Jeez, this is a fun excerpt though. Maybe it's not the horn. That's it. I'm thinking of the fourth horn part. Because I was like, wait, I feel like it should drop down an octave there. And there it does. It sure freaking does. Oh, baby. Now this here is an excerpt, my friends, showing off beautifully the whole range of the instrument. Most of the range of the instrument. Wow! Ouch! That's tough. That is really fucking tough. Holy cow. Right, because that's F sharp, A. Yes. I have the notes correct. Just needed to be sure. Bam! That's going to be fun to work on. That's going to be fun to work on. And in fact, that's going to be so fun to work on. I think we're going to start working on it. Because this is Mastering the Horns Low Register by Randy Gardner. Excellent book. Just got it 2 weeks ago. And in the back, so it's half of it is basically theory and instruction book, as noted here. So we've got air, embouchure, and miscellaneous topics. And then part 2 is excerpts. All of these excerpts. Oh, baby. So what we're looking for is Mahler 3. Mahler number 3, fourth horn, right? I'm surprised it's so far down on the just page 74. I figured that would be like one of the more prominent, I suppose. Yeah, here we go. And this book, this is all, let me get this off the screen real quick. So this is the excerpt, right? This is how to play it. The musical keys. This is in context with the piece. Fucking huge. Technical keys practice tips. This is how, come on, focus. This is how to practice it and play it. It's so, oh my God. I love this book. This is my favorite book. Ooh, so it has practices on those low slurs there for how to practice them. These ones, and how to get these to all really come together. And so it's using different fingerings. So for example, yeesh. That one's gonna take a while to get right, I think. I don't know that I have the right stuff for it right now, but you know what? Let's study. The written G naturals expressively placed smoothly. Quantity of air, yeah. On the airstream. Pivot and upper lip. Okay. All right. Nothing left to it but to do it, I suppose. All right. Nope. And I'm going to say it's because on the first note I heard water. That's going to be my excuse. Woo! All right. Bum, 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 bum. goodness. Now that's an excerpt. Whew. Okay. I should rest my chops a little bit, because I can feel they are tired. I don't know Tchaikovsky 5. Andante. What is an andante maestoso? Yeah. Because if we do Tchaikovsky 5, the finale, horn 4, yes? Horn 2. You got a band performance next Wednesday? Yo, Johnny, that's so exciting! I'm so excited for you! That's awesome, dude. You have no idea how bad I wish I could be performing with band next Wednesday. Enjoy it. You know, make sure you have your parts practiced and rehearsed well, but it's gonna be a good time. I'm sure you're gonna do great. Yeah, maybe let's not do this excerpt that don't actually know. That's gonna be embarrassing. I hate my rug. I hate my rug. You play the guitar in band. That's awesome. Hell yeah. You got any crazy solos? That's gonna be so exciting. I was just thinking, and forgive my memory because I need to be told things repeatedly in order to have them stick. I didn't remember if you play or what you played, Jenny. I'm glad. Thank you for reminding me. Um, Guitar. That's so cool. We had a guitar bass player actually, who played with our high school band, marching band mostly. It was really cool. It was really cool. Yeah, that's like all there is to say. It's just really cool, really fun. must be modulating there. That's surprisingly difficult to play piano and like smoothly. Mazorgsky, they knew what was up. You got a short solo and you're doing Christmas songs. That's why, dude, I love concerts this time of year. Because it's festive and it's fun and I have been bad about not being in the Christmas spirit much the past few years. But dare I say, I'm really excited. Tonight and tomorrow are two really cool things going on. Tonight is a performance from the local symphony orchestra at a park. There's going to be like there's like lights at the park and it's around a lake and it's like symphony under the stars or among the trees or something. So that's going to be really awesome. We're going to that tonight. And then tomorrow, the symphony is performing the score to the sequel to one of my favorite Christmas movies ever. So my favorite Christmas film of all time, probably, is called The Snowman, and it's based on a children's book, I believe. It's like very English, like English Christmas, Father Christmas kind of thing. And the Snowman was adapted into a animated like half hour something. I think it aired on BBC in the 80s or something, narrated by one David Bowie, for the record. And that's one of my favorite things of all time. Apparently, there is a sequel that I never knew about. It's called like The Snowman and the Snow Dog. I don't know. But they're doing the score from that and I think a few other things. So I'm going to see that tomorrow night too, and I'm very excited. So Christmas as a musician, I don't know. I feel like it's the most wonderful time of the year. Dare I say. Favorite is Home Alone. Dude, we actually saw that the other night too. Out by the park, there's a thing, and they had a Home Alone viewing something. It's like not a cafeteria, but it's like a facility. It's got a bunch of different like pop-up restaurants and things all in there. And so they had, like drink and food specials, and they played Home Alone up on the thing, and so we we went in and we watched that too. It was a great time. It was the first time I had seen it, I think, all the way through, because for some reason I just never watched it as a kid. But it was a great film. I can see why it's your favorite. It's a really good one. As long as you're not talking about like Die Hard or whatever. It's not really Christmas. You know what I mean. Anyways. All right. I have rested. Let's see if we can get this. I don't know about this one. Yeah, that one's fine. I just need to like work it. Need to work it. Okay. What other excerpts can we do? I can see Heldenleben. Yeah, let's try just the second horn stuff. Gross. Gross! No, that's why. That's the third horn part. I'm used to the fourth horn part. Why is there not the fourth horn part? Whatever. Ah! Whoops. Mahler. Mahler 1? Oh, yeah. Mahler 1? I hate it when my stupid music stand, it's like hollow. The back is hollow. So anytime my tuner, it just sits right here, just falls right through. So annoying. Oh no, that's bass clef. Whew! You're supposed to slur down to there. What the hell? Oh my god. Holy shit. Ow. My corners hurt. Trying to play this low, soft, smooth. Ouch. Jesus Christ. My apologies, Mahler. I did not understand your game. I like that one. I like that one. That one's gonna... I probably can play that one correctly in like a year. Honestly. I don't think that I can do that well or soon. Maybe we can do Don Quixote. Not second horn. Yeah, second horn. Right? Not fourth. Yeah. Second horn. Hold on. The hardest horn music I've ever played. Jeez. That's a great question. I'm not sure, honestly. For me personally, it might deceptively be like this or some of the excerpts I've been playing just recently because of my particular challenges in the low register in particular. Um, uh, the Concertstück by Robert Schumann. Is it Schumann? Concertstück is a famous piece in the horn repertoire because it's got some blazing high. I think it goes up to a high E, which I don't know if I can even hit. I would be surprised if I could hit, actually. I've never played that one, but that's notoriously difficult. Hardest one I've ever played, like performed, probably was Bernard Haydn's Sonata First Movement for my second semester freshman jury. That one's not particularly like quote unquote difficult, but it's as a solo piece the most difficult one that I've ever performed. It's a great question. I'll have to think on that, honestly. Because it very well may just be like for me the hardest thing for me to play might be this excerpt, you know, because it's hard, man. So bad. So not good. But it's that C in there that just friggin' screws me up. Maybe. Maybe. Ew. Is French horn for low sound, like the bass. That's the beauty of this instrument, my friend. The French horn is for it. I don't want to say it's got like the widest range in terms of range, but there's history lesson, music history lesson. Back in the time of Mozart and Beethoven and all them, the Renaissance classical composers, the horn, you didn't have the French horn, right? It was slides and crooks and you the natural horn, harmonic sequence was basically what you had to work with on any one crook. I don't exactly know the specifics of it, but it is so. What you had was the harmonic horn series, which is as follows. And so it's those pitches basically that you had to work with on a crook, which is the key that you're in. So you have horn in F, which would be this. You have your second crook, which is the horn in E, which is. So it's the same harmonic scale sequence, but in the horn in E as opposed to horn in F. First valve is horn in E flat, and so on and so forth. So you also had, so that's just the horn in general, historically. What you used to have was cor alto, which translates to high horn, and then a cor basso, which was your low horn. And so typically first and third are your cor altos, your higher horn parts, and then your cor bassos are your second and fourth. So within a horn section, like for example, you talk to someone who knows about French horns, and you say Sarah Willis, the fourth horn for the Berlin Philharmonic, and they go, "Wow, she must be a fucking monster in the low register," and she is, because the fourth horn is that's the cor basso, right? It's your you're basically playing the string, bass, and cello parts, right? Whereas Stefan Dorr, right, horn number one, he's playing up with the trumpets and the piccolos and the oboes, whatever, what have you, and the violins and the high strings. So it's a crazy instrument with a crazy range. So yeah, and that's why I got specifically this mastering the horns low register, because for me, the high stuff seems to come more easily and more naturally, and the low is an area of weakness for me. So I really want to make sure that I have good fundamentals and proper technique when I work on the low stuff, so that, because my high, like we were doing some high demonstrations earlier, that's just seems to be what I have a natural predilection for. But the low horn stuff, like, here's the thing, Jenny, if you're not in my Discord, you should be in my Discord, because I'm starting to share like a lot of the horn stuff that I come across, and I think you'd really enjoy it. There's some low horn excerpts that I put together. I actually also shared Sarah Willis performing Mozart's fourth concerto, third movement, just as a horn trio, which is, oh my god, so delightful. Like, sincerely, you should join my Discord, look at those, and then leave if you would like to. But that is so cool, dude. And she Sarah Willis, if you want to go down a YouTube rabbit hole, Sarah Willis, look up her playing Neuling's Bagatelle. Look up just so many different recordings of Neuling's Bagatelle if you want a really good low horn piece to look through. It will blow your mind, dude. And with that, actually, let's play some Mozart. I think I said we wanted to do some Mozart today, right? Maxime-Alphonse. Yeah, I said I wanted to do some Maxime-Alphonse. Excerpts in Mozart. Yeah, so let's do some Mozart. Probably in honor of Sarah Willis performing the fourth concerto, third movement. Let's try it. I'm gonna want to rush this so hard, I already know. All right, let me remember how to play this shit. Holy cow. Hold on. Get this dang click out of here. I gotta remember how to play this thing first. Click's doing more harm than good. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Yo, what did you think? Was that not just delightful? Was that not just an absolute dude? And I should have mentioned this before you watched it, but that euphonium player, because he's got the crazy string little line as the descending as the main horn bit goes, and then at the end of that phrase, the euphonium does what the cello do, boom, and he does it every single time. Like, it is incredible. That euphonium player is he might steal the show from Sarah Willis, honestly. Not that that's possible, but like, saw the golden French horn. Yeah, dude. Yeah. The gold sound, or the gold horns are really nice. I've always been partial to a silver myself. Not for any like timbre reasons or anything. I just like the silver. If I'm gonna get a gold horn, it's gonna be a rose gold, so sort of a bit more like red tones. But I like the silver personally. But it's so cool, dude. Because I've only ever heard it done with a piano and with orchestra accompaniment. I've never heard it as a brass trio, which I thought was just really fun. Okay, let's get to, we're just playing through this one. Gross. Oh, I can feel it in my shoulder too. Oh my goodness. Looking for a song to arrange in fingerstyle on acoustic guitar. Can be anything. Looking for a song to arrange in fingerstyle. That's a great question. Give me a minute. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna think about that. I'm gonna go through my recently liked songs in Spotify after stream, and I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put some ideas maybe in Discord, in the music channel, because that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Give me some time to think on that. Hell yeah. You got my brain juices flowing. You're itching my brain there, Johnny. Blah, 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 blah. And so on and so forth. We hit time. We got practice. Hell yes. Dude, we practice on a Friday. Oh man, and my chops are dead. Oh, are you not in here, let me invite you to Discord. There's a link on my in the channel like dashboard or something. There should be a link around. Let me see, and I can send you an invite as well. So for example, that should land you right in the music. You never used Discord. Wait, you've never used Discord? I would recommend it. It's really cool. There's a lot of good stuff. How did you see the video I posted to Discord if you didn't, if you're not in Discord? Oh, unless you search for Sarah Willis in the, yeah, it sure would pop up. Yeah. If I think about it for 2 seconds. Blah, 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 blah. Etc., etc. Man. All right. I'd say Mozart we're probably good with today. We're gonna, as a warm down, I'm gonna try this Mahler excerpt again for this low stuff. Whew. Yikes. Ah. And this is the difficulty I have for me, in particular, playing on the low register is like, this feels very, my chops feel very stiff right now. Because I've been playing, relatively in the middle, high, and sort of high range for the most part. And so getting down to the low where I really need to anchor and be flexible is like, ugh. Not what comes inherent, what comes naturally to me. download, but forgot my Apple ID. No! That's tragic. I appreciate it, Doug Master. This is the warm down part of rehearsal. I'm trying to just play. So this is Mahler 1. It's a great excerpt for low horn if you're not familiar. So this is loosening up, just making sure that we're relaxed, settled, warm down, cool down, you know? Like if we had been running for 2 hours, we would want to, you know, do a light jog, maybe walk at a casual pace. This is part of the warm down part. So, yeah. We're gonna be done here in a little bit, but I'm really enjoying the smaller excerpt. If you've never tried it, give it a try because it'll kick your ass if you're not ready for playing down low. Let me tell you. Whew. It's crazy. And this is funny. Because this is just a minor Frere Jacques, right? I'm reading the musical keys now. Mahler's inspiration for this movement came from a painting of a hunter's funeral march. Ironically, the dead hunter is being taken to his grave by animals that he had once hunted. Mahler changes the modality of this well-known children's song, which he knew as Bruder Martin, into minor and composes a funeral march in canon that's both brooding and sarcastic. So it's ironic. It's an ironic funeral march. It's like, yeah, this hunter, the bunnies and the deer, and the turkeys and Venice, that's deer, and all the woodland creatures are taking this hunter to his, you know, resting place. That's pretty funny. So it's dark, but with a sense of irony. And how to convey that musically, that's the beauty of this excerpt. Let's see. Nope. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine. We practiced. We did it. Oh my goodness. My shoulder. And we're all warmed down. Feel good. It's been a good day of practice, everyone. Goodness. I was gonna say something, but I forget. Anyways, I think Pax knows that it's practice time's over. He needs to go outside, and I need to get lunch. So I think that's gonna do it. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Friday, or Saturday, depending on where you are in the world. And I'll be back tomorrow for more practice. I'll see y'all then. Bye.